Hello, Bold and the Beautiful fans! Welcome back to another in-depth spoiler breakdown right here on our channel. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on the latest drama from our favorite soap opera. Today, we're diving deep into one of the hottest storylines heating up in 2026, Katie Logan's bold move to launch her own fashion house and take on the mighty Forrester creations. With family tensions exploding and old rivalries bubbling under the surface, Katie is in desperate need of allies. Could she form a shocking new alliance with some familiar faces from the past? Stick around as we explore all the juicy details, theories, and what's coming next on B&B. We're going to break this down step by step, and trust me, by the end of this video, you'll be as obsessed as I am. Let's jump right in. Katie Logan, played brilliantly by the Emmy-winning Heather Tom, has always been a powerhouse on The Bold and the Beautiful. From her early days dealing with heart issues that nearly took her life multiple times, to her complicated romances with Bill Spencer and others, she's overcome so much adversity that it's hard not to root for her. Remember back in the early 2000s when Katie first appeared on the scene? She was the younger sister of Brooke and Donna Logan, often overshadowed by their glamorous lives, but she quickly carved out her own path. Her heart transplant storyline was groundbreaking for daytime TV, highlighting real medical issues and showing Katie's resilience. Heather Tom's portrayal earned her multiple Daytime Emmy Awards, and it's no wonder she brings such depth to Katie, making her vulnerabilities and strengths feel incredibly real. Now, in 2026, she's facing her biggest challenge yet, going head-to-head with Forrester Creations, the fashion empire that's dominated Los Angeles for decades. This isn't just a business venture, it's a declaration of independence, a way for Katie to step out from the shadows of her family and prove she's a force to be reckoned with. It all started when Bill Spencer, her husband once again after a roller coaster of on-again, off-again relationships, gifted her a full-fledged fashion house as a wedding present. Bill, portrayed by the charismatic Don Diamond, has always been the ultimate power player. Their history is epic, from Bill's initial betrayal with Brooke, Katie's sister, which led to one of the most heartbreaking divorces on the show, to their reconciliations fueled by passion and forgiveness. In 2025, they tied the knot again in a lavish ceremony that had fans cheering, but this gift takes their partnership to a whole new level. Bill's Spencer Publications empire provides the financial backing, but it's Katie's vision that's driving this. She named her new company Logan Designs, or simply Logan, reclaiming her family name in a move that sent shockwaves through the industry. The Logan name has been synonymous with drama and ambition ever since Brooke first stormed into Forrester Creations. By using it for her own label, Katie is essentially saying, "This is my legacy now." It's a bold statement, one that echoes the show's long history of family feuds and power struggles. But this isn't just business, it's personal on so many levels. Brooke Logan, played by the legendary Catherine Kelly Lang, is furious about the whole thing. Brooke feels like she made the Logan name famous through her years at Forrester, where she rose from a chemist to a top executive and designer. Remember Brooke's bedroom line? It revolutionized the fashion world on the show and made Brooke a household name. Now, seeing Katie use that same name to compete directly against Forrester feels like a betrayal to Brooke. Their sisterly bond has been tested before. Think of the infamous slap fights and tearful confrontations over men like Ridge or Bill. In 2026, this rivalry adds a new layer, pitting sister against sister in the cutthroat world of high fashion. Ridge Forrester, the eternal heartthrob played by Thorsten Kaye, and Carter Walton, the suave lawyer turned COO portrayed by Lawrence St. Victor, aren't thrilled either. Ridge, with his artistic soul and family loyalty, sees Katie's venture as a direct threat to the Forrester legacy. He's been the creative genius behind so many collections, from couture gowns to menswear lines. Carter, ever the strategist, has been undermining her efforts behind the scenes, questioning her decisions in board meetings, and even plotting with Ridge to protect Forrester's dominance. These scenes have been tense, with heated arguments in the Forrester offices that remind us of the show's golden era of corporate intrigue. Katie knows she's up against a giant in every sense of the word. Forrester Creations has been in the game for over 40 years, with iconic designers like Eric Forrester, played by John McCook, and Ridge at the helm. Eric's journey from founding the company with his late wife, Stephanie, to mentoring the next generation is the backbone of B&B. The company has survived scandals, takeovers, and even natural disasters. Remember the earthquake that shook up LA in the storylines? Forrester's runway shows are legendary, drawing celebrities and influencers from around the world. Katie's resume is strong. She's a PR expert who orchestrated major campaigns, a former CEO of Forrester Creations during a turbulent period when she ousted Ridge temporarily, and a savvy businesswoman who's navigated mergers and acquisitions. But launching a rival house requires more than money and determination. She needs talent to create buzzworthy designs, connections to secure suppliers and models, and maybe a few secret weapons to outmaneuver the competition. In the fashion world depicted on B&B, it's all about who you know and what alliances you can forge. Katie's starting from scratch, but her grit could turn the tide. That's where the idea of a shocking new alliance comes in, and oh boy, the possibilities are endless. So far, Katie's first big move has been recruiting Deke Sharp, the talented young designer who was recently fired from Forrester. Deke, played by the up-and-coming Harrison Cohn, is fresh, innovative, and hungry to prove himself after being sidelined for not being a Forrester. His backstory is intriguing. He started as an intern, wowed everyone with his eco-friendly fabric innovations, but clashed with Ridge over creative differences. Being fired was a blow, but it opened the door for Katie to swoop in. She spotted his potential right away during a chance encounter at a fashion event and offered him a lead designer role at Logan Designs. Fans are buzzing about this pairing. Deke's creativity with sketches that blend modern streetwear with classic elegance, combined with Katie's business smarts, could be explosive. Imagine their first collection: sustainable materials, bold colors, and silhouettes that challenge Forrester's traditional glamour. Social media is already lighting up with fan art and predictions about runway showdowns. But is Deke enough to carry an entire fashion house? Probably not, especially against a behemoth like Forrester. He brings youth and innovation, but Katie needs experience, star power, and perhaps a few underhanded tactics to really compete. Spoilers hint that Katie will need heavy hitters to truly make her mark, and that's got everyone speculating. Executive producer Bradley Bell has teased a fresh new rivalry reminiscent of the classic Forrester versus Spectra wars from years past. Bradley, who's been at the helm since his father passed the torch, knows how to blend nostalgia with new twists. In interviews from late 2025, he mentioned wanting to bring back the high-stakes fashion battles that defined the show's early days. With fashion front and center again in 2026, could Katie reach out to old rivals for help? This would be a game changer, injecting the kind of drama that keeps viewers hooked week after week. The show has a rich history of alliances shifting like sand. One day enemies, the next day partners in crime. Katie's desperation could lead her to some unlikely bedfellows, and as fans, we are here for it. Let's talk about one major possibility in detail: the Spectra family. Back in the 80s, when B&B first premiered in 1987, Spectra Fashions was introduced as Forresters' fiercest competitor, led by the outrageous Sally Spectra, originally played by the unforgettable Darlene Conley. They were known for knocking off Forrester designs, throwing wild parties, and giving the stuffy Forresters a run for their money. Sally was a life-altering character, red hair, bold outfits, and a personality that could fill a room. Her feuds with Stephanie Forrester were iconic, full of catfights where gowns were torn and insults flew like confetti. Remember the time Sally crashed a Forrester wedding? Or when she hired Darla Einstein as her right-hand woman, leading to hilarious mishaps? The Spectra versus Forrester rivalry wasn't just about business, it was about class warfare, the underdogs versus the elite. Spectra's knockoffs were clever, often improving on Forrester originals, and their runway shows were spectacles of chaos and fun. The feud was iconic, full of catfights, copycat collections, and dramatic runway showdowns that had audiences on the edge of their seats. In the 1990s and early 2000s, it evolved with new characters like C.J. Garrison, Sally's son, who fell in love.